So hi there guys, it's me Smotown, finally back with some more Dark Souls 3 lore. We're going to be looking at some of the aspects of the Ring City DLC. More precisely, to do with the Demon Prince and the Twin Demons, and what that adds to what we know about the demons in the world of Dark Souls. So, let's get started. With the addition of the Ring City DLC, we have gained a further elaboration to the decline of the demons. Whilst in my last video, we correctly identified that the end of demons and chaos was upon us, we now get an extra chapter in this story, and a bit more flavour about demon culture, which I touched on in my last video. I recommend you watch that before continuing, but you don't need to. Links in the description. As we enter the cyclone of human culture in the Dreadkeep, we are warned about the presence of a demon by the first person we come across, the Stone-Humped Hag. She warns us.
The rings of the very demon that Prince Lorien spoke of, I'm sure. Horrible sounds of an afflicted thing, yet cursing men.
She firstly tells us that a demon has made its home here, in a large hollowed out tree. Secondly, she mentions that this demon is a beast that still curses men. This is interesting. This demon hates men specifically. This can mean humanoids in general, i.e. gods, humans and pygmies, or humans specifically. I take it to be the latter. Until this point, we haven't seen any specific hatred from the demons towards humanity especially, and in fact, we are more often hear of the two separately being in conflict with the gods, especially if we consider Gwyn's fear of humans and his assault on Lost Izalith. However, this specific hatred is obviously, to me, a result of Prince Lorien of the Kingdom of Lothric, who the hag mentions. We know of the legend of Prince Lorien from his greatsword. He single-handedly faced down a demon prince. This would explain the animosity emanating from the demon to humankind. But how is this demon still alive, if Lorien defeated it? Well, I already know that some people will be tempted to see that this legend is false, much like Artorias, that Lorien failed to kill the demon prince, and this is just a fabrication of his legend. I, however, disagree, and I will show that I believe that Lorien did end the demon prince's life, but that he is reborn in the battle against us. The words of the Stone-Humped Hag are very descriptive, saying that the demon is an afflicted thing, making horrible sounds. To me, this adds to the flavour of the area, as if our character can actually hear this beast's cries from the very depths of the hollowed out tree. To me, the creature is one to be in constant pain. His cries are part pain and part anger. When we descend into the hollow, we finally face the creature. It is in fact two demons, who are not the demon prince that Lorien mentioned. One is called the demon in pain, yet it would seem they both are in pain. They both are afflicted by the toxin when their flame subsides, and they move more sluggishly and spew only bile and toxin are away. When they reignite, their flame burns the toxins away for a brief spell, and we get a glimpse of their former power. If I could take some artistic license, I would suggest that these demons were wounded in the battle to save their beloved prince, then succumbed to the toxins of the Harvest Valley, where they came to reside. We can gain a little insight into these demons, and a bit more about the character and culture of demons as a whole from their soul. It states, the demons, birthed from a common chaos, share almost everything between them, even the pride of their prince, and his nearly faded flame, so that the last demon standing may rekindle it. So, despite the fact this describes the demon twins, bear in mind this is actually the soul of the demon prince. So first it is worthy to note that this soul is actually the soul of the demon prince and not themselves, suggesting that the demons possess the last of his soul, or his nearly faded flame. Again, I believe the demon prince was killed, but these two demons salvaged what was left of him, so that he may rise again one day. More interesting is the use of the word pride. These creatures of chaos feel loyalty and passion for their prince. It isn't just a title given to it by humans. This title seems to have real meaning to the demons, to the point that these two loyalists saved their leader's soul fragments and run to the end of the earth. If we consider the old pre-release description of the soul, I think this becomes even more apparent. It states, "The demon prince, after his defeat to Lorien, retreated beneath the earth and lost the memory of the flame that burned within him, marking the end of demonkind." This older version is far more explicit in the chain of events, but confirms that this is the demon prince that Lorien faced, as per his sword description. In this old description, it seems as though he may have been defeated, but not fully destroyed, and he retreated himself below the earth. However, the new description credits his survival to the loyal twin demons, and I believe that his body was destroyed, and they took his soul, or flame, and retreated. The effect is the same. Lorien defeated him, and they retreated below the earth, the last vestige of chaos, hiding out at the end of the world. Let us consider what the old description also means by the end of demonkind. He is the last demon, and his defeat at the hands of Lorien ends it. Now consider the desecrated corpses of the demons up above in the smouldering ruins, what was once Lost Izalith, and that the twin demons are yet cursing men. Is it possible that Lorien led the forces of Lothric to butcher the last of the demons and to defeat the old demon prince, their greatest warrior, which marked the end of their kind? This is definitely something I'm considering at this point. That's not to say that Lorien is solely responsible for the downfall of the demons. There are probably other myriad factors, especially if we consider the presence of Karthus soldiers in the demon ruins, as well as the fact they drove the worm into the demon ruins itself. But I do think that Lothric Knights, and led by Lorien, definitely had a role to play in the downfall of the demons. Next thing to consider is the demons were born from a common chaos, a chaos singular, firstly suggesting that chaos could exist in multiple forms or locations. The old chaos in Dark Souls 2 possibly being an example of this. Secondly, they are born from the same singular chaos, i.e. they are like twins, born from a common zygote. They are similar looking, and they share almost everything between them, suggesting they are almost like clones, birthed from the same flame. This is interesting, because it tells us not only are demons born from the bed of Izalith, but can also be born from other chaos in different forms. This had been my suspicion when we considered the old chaos of Dark Souls 2, and the soul of the old Demon King, which states, "The shriveled old Demon King is now like a clump of burnt ash, but he is the last living witness of the chaos of Izalith." In my eyes, this suggested that the Demon King, by the time of Dark Souls 3, was the last living demon who was born and witness to the bed of chaos, the original progenitor of chaos and demons. All other demons that we've met in Dark Souls 3 must have been born from different chaos, and indeed chaos must have existed in different forms after the collapse of the bed of chaos. That said, we are witnessing the end of chaos, which in turn suggests that chaos cannot indefinitely survive, and demons are beings that were not meant to be, and thus they have a limited lifespan. These two demons were born of the same flame, and as we have learned, and as I've discussed in my past video, demons are more than mindless beasts of war. These demons had pride for their prince, pride's been a very sentient emotion, along with the hatred that they held for humans, that seems to go far beyond animalistic. But for now, bear in mind these twin demons were loyal to a certain member of the demon hierarchy, the demon prince. Once we have slain the last twin demon standing, a reaction takes place, and the demon prince, in all his glory, rises from the corpse of the last demon. I will attempt to explain now what I believe happens here. The demon prince was once defeated by Lorien, and he told his wet nurse, the old stone-hump hag, of the beast, which is how she comes to relate this story to us later. However, although the prince's corporeal form was destroyed, not all of his flame or soul was. The demons, now known to us as the demon in pain and the demon from below, were possibly present at this battle, as they were proud and loyal to their prince. They proved this loyalty by secreting away the fragments that were left of the prince's soul, and took them to the centre of the earth, while time passed and the demons of the old ruins fell. In my last video, I felt like that when we struck down the old Demon King, we were witnessing the death throes of chaos. The flame in the Demon King, the last of the original flame, being extinguished, and the last of the demons would turn to ash and fade away, and the Demon Prince having already been killed by Lorien. However, it turns out the last flame and spark of chaos were secreted away by these twin demons in service to their prince, who would one day rise again at the end of time itself. And so, when we strike the second of these beasts down, the remnants of the Demon Prince's soul ignite like a tinder, and he takes possession of the corpse, bursting forth in his true and renewed form. This last vestige of chaos was secreted away, and it's with its second and final death, alongside the death of the old Demon King, that we may finally have seen the end of chaos. I initially believed that the Lost Izalith ruins were of human construction, and that the demons just came to occupy them after the birth of chaos. However, upon revisal, in the smouldering ruins and Izalith, we see statues of the demons in positions of veneration, as well as demon iconography, which purports to the ruins being built after the advent of demonkind. Upon reflection, and with this latest DLC, an insight into demon culture and royalty, I would like to believe that the demons built, at least in part, these ruins, and had some semblance of cultural organisation, instead of just being mindless beasts that they may appear to be. I once believed that the Demon King and the Prince were just titles given by humans to highlight how powerful these individual demons were. However, I believe the demons did have a hierarchy. This Prince was one such lord, who may have been related to the old Demon King, or perhaps was just the next in line to rule. He was clearly a great warrior, and inspired such loyalty that the twin demons secreted his soul away. To me, it's quite sad that we see the end of demons in this manner, but what a way to go, such an epic fight, and at the end of time itself. So thanks there guys, hope you liked my revisal of demon lore based on the Demon Prince. If you have any other comments that you'd like to add, please leave me a comment, and subscribe if you want more, because there'll be more Ringed City DLC lore to come. Thank you very much.